Okay, estudiantes, this presentation, Apuntes número 16, is going to tell us when to use the present perfect subjunctive, how it's different than what we were using, present subjunctive. Okay, so to use present perfect subjunctive, 3 conditions must be met. Number 1, first, okay, the clause has to require the subjunctive, okay? So all the triggers that you learn, those are still in play, right? If it's a noun clause, there needs to be a wedding reason. If it's an adjective clause, it needs to possibly or not exist. And if it's an adverbial clause, right, then either it needs to be a 50-50 with an expected event, or a siempre subjuntivo, or after aunque, a possibility, or after como, donde, según, something unknown or non-specific, or after any of your expressions of probability, low probability. So there needs to be a trigger for the use of subjunctive, okay? That is number 1. Number 2, the governing verb, and this is super important that you realize when we say the governing verb, that is the verb that is already conjugated, the one that you are not making a decision about, okay? That verb must be in any present or future tense. So that could be present progressive, present perfect, regular present tense, future or future perfect, okay? And then third, okay, you have to get used to comparing the 2 verbs in the sentence, okay? Your governing verb, comparing that to your non-governing verb. When you compare those, okay, the use of the present perfect subjunctive will happen when the governing verb takes place second in comparison to the non-governing verb, which takes place first. Remember, the governing verb is the one already conjugated. The non-governing verb is the one that you have to decide what to do with. Okay? Okay, so here's an example to clarify. Okay, here's our sentence. S, okay, and I've put all the governing verbs in red to help visually represent them. So, governing verb, it's already conjugated. S, right there. There it is. Switch to blue here. Okay, ooh, now we'll go black. Okay, that's my governing verb. Es bueno que, all right, yo, something, non-governing verb, okay? So, again, my 3 conditions. First, does the clause require subjunctive? Yes, es bueno que, last time I checked, was an impersonal expression, so that's why I'm going to need subjunctive. So condition 1, clink, has been met. Okay? Number 2, the governing verb is in a present or future tense. This is present indicative, so that meets condition number 2. And condition number 3, I've got to compare my 2 verbs. When are they happening in relationship to each other? Okay? So my governing verb, right, it's good that. So governing verb is happening now. It's good right now. Governing verb happening now, okay? But the non-governing verb, right, the ganar, oh, wait, I have this word yesterday. That means that happened yesterday. So it's good that I won the competition yesterday. So, when I compare these, which is first, yesterday or now? Oh, yesterday is first. That means my governing verb takes place second. Governing verb second, that's when I use this crazy thing called present perfect subjunctive. Okay? So your answer is going to end up being, where is it? Oh, I don't see it here. Haya ganado. Okay. All right, some more examples. Okay. Saldremos después de que. So we will leave after Pepe has finished, whatever it is Pepe's doing. Okay. So first, again, I'm going to need the subjunctive because después de que is a 50-50 and Pepe finishing, okay, remember this activity, whatever comes after my 50-50, it's an expected event. Let's say Pepe's finishing his homework. Well, what if he doesn't finish? Okay, I expect him to, but what if he doesn't? So that's why I need the subjunctive. Okay, second, governing verb, again, the one that's already conjugated. I have to identify that it's either in a present or a future tense. Saldremos is future, so it meets that. Now, I compare my two verbs. We will leave, so leaving, saldremos, okay? Leave, will leave, okay? And then Pepe finishing. Okay, so will leave, that's my governing verb. And Pepe finishing is my non-governing verb. Pepe finishing. I have terrible handwriting, but you see what I'm going for, okay? Which one of these has to happen first? Oh, last time I checked, Pepe has to finish, then we will leave. So governing verb second, that's when we use present perfect subjunctive. That's how that works. Okay, some more examples. No es cierto que Maya blanca venir a la fiesta esta noche. It is not true that Maya is going to come to the party this evening. Okay, again, so do I use present or present perfect subjunctive? Well, here's how I decide. Okay, again, subjunctive needs to be used because of uncertainty. So that's my qualification number one. Second, my governing verb, S, is in the present tense. So that meets qualification number two. Now I compare. It's not true. Okay, that's present tense, so I know it's happening now. So governing verb is happening now. It's not true. That Maya's going to come to the party tonight. So non-governing verb, her coming to the party, happens tonight. Which one of these is first? Now or tonight? Last time I checked, now happens before this evening, okay? So when my governing verb is first, that's when I use present tense subjunctive, okay? That's why my answer is vaya. That's what we've been doing all this time. You just didn't know that I was structuring all the sentences so that they would be happening where the governing verb was first, okay? Or at the same timeline, and etc. Okay? So no es cierto que Maya. Okay? So it is not true that Maya is going to come to the party tonight. Present tense subjunctive, vaya. In contrast, okay, this sentence. When I have graduated, my family and I will be able to move to California. Okay? Here's my governing verb. Will be able to move. Okay? So my governing verb, moving. Okay? And my non-governing verb, graduating. Okay? Again, subjunctive because when you graduate. What if you don't? That's an expected event. That's why you need subjunctive. Condition number two, is my governing verb, podremos, in a present or future tense? Yes, it's in the future. There it is, woo! So condition number two has been met. Now I compare. Governing verb, moving. Non-governing verb, graduating. Which one of these things has to happen first, moving or graduating? You have to graduate first before you can move, which comes second. When my governing verb is second, that's when I use present perfect subjunctive. So essentially it boils down to this. When you compare your two verbs, if your governing verb is first, present subjunctive. If your governing verb is second, present perfect subjunctive. Okay? Another couple of examples. Rico is not going to work after his wife wins the lottery. Okay? This would be present perfect subjunctive, haya ganado. Okay? Because again, let me go through my three things. Después de que es a 50-50, so his wife winning the lottery, that's an expected event. That's why I need subjunctive. Governing verb, va a trabajar, that's present tense. So that meets qualification number two. Number three, compare. Okay? So governing verb, going to work or will work, will not work. Okay? Non-governing verb, that's wife winning the lottery. Lotto. Okay? Which one of these things have to happen first? Last I checked, you've got to win the lottery before you can stop working. So not working would be second, governing verb second, present perfect subjunctive. Okay? Over here, I am mad that Lola is going out with Miguel. Okay? Now here we have something new. So I'm mad, right? Again, subjunctive because you have emotion. Governing verb is definitely in the present tense, so my first two qualifications are met. Third, okay, I compared the verbs. Okay, governing verb, mad, that's now. Okay, non-governing verb, Lola dating Miguel. also happening now. When the two verbs are happening at the same time, that's going to lead you to present subjunctive. Okay? As it's explained up here. Two verbs are happening simultaneously. I'm mad now that Lila's going out with Miguel right now. So when they're happening at the same time, you use what we've been using for a month and a half, present subjunctive. Okay? All right. So, a lot of times it's going to be really helpful to label the timelines of your new verb, or of your two verbs, okay? Governing verb now, non-governing verb now. If the two verbs, essentially what it boils down to is if the two verbs are happening simultaneously, you use present subjunctive, okay? Obviously, subjunctive has to be required. So, I am sad that we don't have any money. I am sad right now that we don't have money right now. They're both happening now, okay? So, I'm going to use present subjunctive. Tengamos. Beautiful. Okay, two, okay, I am sad that we will not have money tomorrow, okay, I am sad now, okay, we won't have money tomorrow, that's later, so again, governing verb is first, because that's now, but non-governing verb, having money, that's later, tomorrow, so my governing verb is happening first, okay, not having money, okay, that's later, that's second, okay, so when my governing verb is first compared to the non-governing verb, I use present subjunctive, okay, woo, there you go. Okay. But if, okay, when you compare your governing verb to your non-governing verb, okay, again, subjunctive is required, your governing verb is in a future or present tense, but when you compare the two verbs, when your governing verb happens second, okay, so this sentence, I am sad right now that we didn't have money yesterday. Oh, okay, yesterday. So I am sad, governing verb is happening now. I'm sad right now. Okay, non-governing verb, not having money. Okay, no money. That happened yesterday. That already happened. I'm just sad about it now. I'm sitting around being like, well, I didn't have money. Okay, so this happened first, not having the money. Then I was sad about it. Okay, when governing verb is second in comparison, that's when I bust out this present perfect subjunctive. That's how this new type of subjunctive is different than what we already knew. Okay, I get this is confusing right now. It will become much more clear as we start to go through the practice step by step. All right? Okay, adios.